so those of you who compose original music, does the theme come to you first, or do the words, or does it come together sometimes? Or? It always fascinates me how a musician.
Well, if it's instrumental, the tune comes to you first.
So you usually.
As far as I think we usually do the words first, and then we kind of collaborate on the music. And all help in together to make a song that way.
I think it's different depending on the individual. Now we have, I mentioned before, Eldon, and Eldon's one who seems to get a tune in his head.
Mm-hmm.
He gets kind of a melody in his head, and then he kind of matches the lyrics to that. I'm more of a wordsmith. I think of a concept, and I'm a writer by trade. I'm a journalist, so words come more natural to me. And I think of a concept, I get the words down, and then I try to see if we can get music to fit with it. Sometimes we develop songs by accident. This is a story that has to be told, and Jerry's going to plead the fifth on this.
Yeah.
For years, as we would warm up for concerts, everybody has their little ditty that they play on their instrument, and Jerry always had a fast-paced little thing he would do. And after a while, we kind of thought, well, that's kind of good. Maybe the rest of us should learn that. He said, well, I think that's this particular song here, and if we could all get a copy of that and listen to it and learn it. Well, we got copies of it and we listened to it, and it wasn't the song he said at all. In fact, we searched high and low to try to find something that matched what he was playing, and we couldn't find it. So we decided right then and there he had created a brand new song all by himself. And we added all the instruments to his mandolin, and it sort of sounded like a cattle stampede. So we called it Loose Livestock. And that's one that'll be probably recorded on one of our upcoming CDs. It's a lot of fun and really bouncy, lively instrumental tune.
That's one we played for you earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
So sometimes you get songs by accident. Sometimes when you're writing songs, it may be things you're going through in your life that either inspire you or cause you to think a lot. We haven't really, up to this point, written our own gospel stuff. We're starting to get into doing some of that now, and we'll look forward to the next time we do a gospel recording that we'll hopefully have some of our. Yeah, we've written them. We're working on the arrangements for them at this point. So.
That's great. So what are some of your favorite of the original songs that you performed on any of your albums? What are your favorite ones? Are there any stories behind them, or how you wrote them? Or?
Care to go first?
No.
Okay. Well, Jerry and Eldon wrote a song. Primarily, you wrote the song. And as we were growing up and our kids were growing up, one of his youngest son's favorite songs was he said, that Civil War song, Dad, you got to play that Civil War song. Jerry wrote a song about a guy who lost his leg in the war and refused to give up because of it. And it was about the Civil War and coming home and then having to deal with the disability challenges that he would face. And it's got the greatest title of a song ever written, I think. And every time we tell people about this, they chuckle. It's called I Ain't Gonna Be a Dead Man Until I'm Dead.
That's great. That's right.
And it's about this guy's will to survive through his challenges. And he's not dead just because he lost his leg.
We played that in public radio.
Yeah, we played it on WPR and on Higher Ground with Jonathan Overby a few years ago, and he got a charge out of the title too. Eldon has written a number of songs. He tends to be more of a balladeer, writes slower paced things. He wrote a song one time while he was thinking about his wife while he was ill. He was ill for a week and delirious, and all he could think about was how much he cared for his wife. And it's called What If I Called You Darling? And it almost like takes you through the history of their courtship and their life together. They've been married 50 plus years. And every once in a while, if we get asked to do a wedding or a party or an anniversary or something like that, we'll haul that tune out. And it's a very touching number. A waltz, very nice waltz. But he's also written another song, which I think is a great bluegrass tune called Run, John, Run, which is a song about a guy, cowboy era, Western era person who steals a horse, gets in trouble, and the law chases him. And it's got a real nice bouncy pace to it. That's a fun one, too. And we do a good job. We have a lot of fun with that one.
That's on our Newton Grass.
Oh,
CD.
okay.
I wrote a song with my daughter a few years back when she was in grade school, and wanted in the worst way for us to have a horse, and we couldn't afford a horse. And on one snowbound day, we wrote a song about a horse called Black Thunder, about the horse that earns its keep by delivering the mail, Pony Express horse. And it's been kind of fun. We recorded on our first album, and it's a blast now when we go out and do library gigs or things at schools, and the kids really like it. One of my favorite scenes has been playing that song at a library park event, and all the kids had stick horses, and they were just riding their stick horses all through the park. It's been a pretty neat thing that way. We have some. Did we have some originals on Newton Grass also, Jerry? Do you remember? Those more Eldon's originals were on there, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Alaskan Nights,
That was on our original one. Mm-hmm. Some of the originals on the early albums we don't even play that much anymore. The band evolves, different personnel, different voices. Things change. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you're playing another gospel album?
Well,
Maybe?
we have. If you ask the group, we probably all have different opinions on that.
That's okay. We got you three people here.
I pretty much have said to the group, we're ready to do a gospel album if we want to, and we're ready to do a non-gospel album if we want to. It's all about resources and time, and how much time you want to devote to preparing for it, because it's not something you go into lightly. You have to be prepared, or you're wasting a lot of studio time and energy. And it will be a vote of the group to what they want to do next.
Well, there's certainly one there. It's just a matter of when.
Yep. Yep. We're still paying for the last one.
Yeah.
Whoops, excuse me.
Was there anything else you want to share about your faith or your group or your families or anything?
We've played in a lot of places over the years, and had very warm reception and welcome from people, and it's always wonderful to go out and have people respond to your music. I think it drives the performance. And I can honestly say that there has never been any place we've played where I've felt more inspired than playing a gospel concert in a church. And the vibes you get back from people who are intently listening to your music and your message, bouncing along in church pews with you as you're playing. You can see them singing along on the familiar tunes. They're just on the edge of their chairs enjoying the music. And that, I think, as a band member and as a group, it sort of puts us on the edge of our performance game. And I think it brings an energy to us that is unmatched by anything we do. You get done playing one of those concerts and you're flying, not because of your ego, but because of how the audience and the band have touched each other through the musical message. It's really quite a heartwarming opportunity.
There's a magical moment when you're playing that you end up in looking at the other guy's eyes, or the other artist, female or male, it doesn't matter. And you're there. It's just a magical moment that you hit it and you get smiles on your face.
Smile, yeah.
And you know that you're doing what you're meant to be doing. The feedback from the audience, it's just like I say, it's a magical moment, and you look and it's right there. It's a strange thing, but it happens quite often. Then you get the other ones, it's like, uh-oh, we messed that one up, didn't we? but usually
look at me with that one.
Yeah, I do got to say one thing about that as far as people and support. Our family
support
is just unbelievable. One of the things we did this year was on my wife's anniversary, mine and my wife's anniversary, not just hers, it was mine also. But we had a concert that night, and I don't know how many spouses would put up with something like that happening, It's just our families just really get behind us, and they support us 100%. Everybody else up here, they have hunters widows and stuff like that, and now we got band widows. Is what
Band
it is.
widows.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Well, and I think too, it makes a difference, you know, as more of our concerts have evolved into doing concerts in churches and gospel venues. I think it's a lot easier for a family to put up with you being gone to give a good message in a good venue than it is for them knowing you're wandering off somewhere on a Saturday night from 9 till 1 in the morning playing in a smoky bar somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting home at 3:30 in the morning and being useless the next day. I mean, that's as much fun as that is to do when you're 20 years old. You know, we're not spring chickens here
No.
by any stretch of the imagination. So it's been a good evolution for us.